Do you put much faith in scoopers? I don't know that I do. I mean, I know some people that know some things, and I'm a little careful when I go to report them. And there's a reason for that because, well, a lot of stuff can change between the time of, pre production, the time of production, and even post production. Not to mention the fact that when it comes to Marvel, they like to reshoot things 1,000 times before they release it, obviously inflating or ballooning the budget in a way that will make it very difficult to be profitable. But we're going to set that aside for the moment and just move back to the scooper territory. You see, we've got a story today talking about a scooper who has been trying to make a name for themselves and in some ways has made some great educated guesses, or they've actually been told some relevant details. What I find fascinating is that, of course, this time around, there's no way to know whether it's a guess or it's actually a scoop. Let's dive in, shall we? Coming from our friends over at That Park Place, and you should check out that website for wonderful news, headlines, and of course the news itself. Scooper claims to reveal what Marvel Studios had planned for Avengers Kang Dynasty before they brought back RDJ for Avengers Doomsday. Let's take a look. At San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel Studios and directors Joe and Anthony Russo announced they were helming the next two Avengers films, titled Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. During their Avengers Doomsday announcement, it was revealed that RDJ is returning in the role of Doctor Doom. And Russo announced that Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom, saying, "We give you the one person who can play Victor Von Doom." Mind you, I don't think that's the one person that will be playing Victor Von Doom, but Nerdrotic revealed in his tweet right here, RDJ is Doctor Doom. With Avengers Doomsday replacing Avengers The Kang Dynasty, Scooper My Time to Shine LO shared information on what Marvel Studios had planned with The Kang Dynasty, stating, "In this film, the TVA began gathering anchor beings from across the multiverse, believing that they were the only ones powerful enough to defeat the Council of Kangs. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were the anchors for their respective realities, while Tom Holland's Spider-Man served as the anchor for Earth 616. Interesting. The movie was intended to be smaller in scope compared to Secret Wars, focusing more on Holland's Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and other anchors like Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. The plan was for all of them to ultimately fail, leading to the collapse of the multiverse and Kang's creation of Battleworld. This would then set the stage for Secret Wars and other MCU characters and additional multiverse figures would converge on Battleworld. I'm not sure I'm super excited about that premise, nor do I believe that that's actually what was going to happen. Regardless, here it is right here. You can find it for yourself on X and notice that they really included all those details. This is not the first time that it was claimed that the three Spider-Men and Jackman's Wolverine would be teaming up. Scooper WW Pro made that claim back in August of 2023, which, to be fair, I actually put more credence in. He stated at the time that I'm hearing that now they have pivoted and Secret Wars is going to be Wolverine Spider-Man team-up, and we may be dealing with more than one Spider-Man. Perhaps two Spider-Man, maybe three, but perhaps two Spider-Men teamed up with Wolverine along with some other very big names. And there it is right there. You can go find this video at WDW Pro. On top of noting that Wolverine and Spider-Man would be teaming up in Marvel's original version, the Kang Dynasty and Spider-Man, he also noted at the time that stuff like the Eternals, Moon Knight, etc., that's all going to be at the best cameo appearances, which I also believe is true. In fact, Feige kind of reiterated recently that he's not really interested in bringing a lot of the characters that flopped in Phase 4 or on Marvel television products that into the universe. He then reiterated, this is going to be a Spidey, Wolverine, and a team up for the ages, and it just seems like Marvel knows they can't continue the way they've been going, which I truly believe. Given this information, WDW Pro speculated that the MCU was dead, I think we can probably now certify that if you take a look at this video I did right up there. He stated, "I'm here to tell you that I think the MCU is dead. I think we're going back to phases 1, 2, and 3 in terms of what they do because they can't lose Marvel. They just can't. And so I don't even know that they like what they're doing. But I think we're going to like what they're doing. Maybe." He later shared that he believes this was a Kevin Feige decision. Perhaps Iger has stepped in and said, "You got to change things up." But I think that Kevin Feige, ahead of time, made this decision on his own. That's sort of what we're getting, although we can't say for sure. Well, again, makes a lot of sense. Truly. Regardless, there seem to be an awful lot of voices saying that the change is afoot when it comes to Marvel. And as a fan or a former fan, I would say it's welcome. Perhaps they'll even bring me back to their side. They just are going to have to figure out a way to remove most of Phase 4 and a pretty decent chunk of Phase 5, if not all of it, for me to actually come back to the table to enjoy. I think films like Deadpool and Wolverine give them a pretty decent roadmap of what fans want. But if they continue to pivot back to things that failed in the comic books because they were pushing agenda there, well, they're going to have more failures in their future. For the very near future, I would say that they have at least 2 flop films in front of them, and probably a couple 3 television shows. And, well, leave Star Wars alone, because that's never coming back with KK still in a leadership position, and with the story group still there, and all of the politics and messaging that just resides in that clown show of a studio. But I do feel that Marvel may be able to pull it off. And if what we're hearing about some of the things that the Russos have planned are actually true, maybe, just maybe, things might be turning back in a positive way. Maybe, just maybe, the final re will be so loud we can celebrate it like 4th of July. Anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think these rumors are true? Do you think that the Kang Dynasty was going to include a trio of Spider-Man and Wolverine? Do you think that we would have ended up with, well, something that would be at least digestible going forward? Do you think that the future holds promise for Marvel, and they are going to be able to recover the fan base that they basically jettisoned about 5 films ago? And finally, what percentage do you give Marvel for recovery? And just for fun, if you think Star Wars is going to come back, I'd like to know that too. Let me know those thoughts down in the comments section below. And as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, see ya.